Welcome to another segment of Lattes with Leanne, and today I have the pleasure of introducing Robert Frias, and he has a company called Kelliwell, and Kelliwell works on the wellness of your home, right?
Indoor
or
wellness.
where you live.
Exactly.
And you focus on not only the air, but the water and the EMGs.
EMFs.
Sorry, that's right, EMFs. What are EMGs? Anyway, EMFs, and you have a fourth, which
Circadian light, so healthy, natural light.
Light.
Yeah.
Good. So maybe you can expand upon all of those centers of focus. I actually changed the air wellness in my daughter's house because her little baby was getting asthma.
Okay.
And so now, no more asthma.
That's great.
Yeah,
You must have had a great strategy in place.
Well, it was probably a good vendor, right?
Yeah.
So
Like-
maybe
like
you can.
us.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you can, but you go way further than that.
We go pretty deep. So I'll give you the 1 minute on what we do. So research has found that our indoor environment is not as healthy as it should be. A lot of toxins, things get trapped in our four walls and a roof.
Right.
Chemicals, pet danders, allergens, all sorts of things. The water that we get from the municipality is pretty good water, but it's transported a long way, and it has bacterias and arsenics and tons of chemicals by the time it gets to our locations. And the final really main pillar is the lighting. The light that we use today is manufactured light. We've had for about 130 years. But if you think about it, for millions of years, the human species worked off of the natural sunlight, which was a little bit lighter in color and tone during the day, or during the morning. During the day, it would get brighter, more blue light for energy and focus. And at night, as the sun fell, it would change to the red tones, the amber tones, orange tones, which would help us to elicit melatonin, which prepared us for sleep. So back in the day, when everything was natural, we lived without as many illnesses and sicknesses and things of that sort. So what our company does is it purifies the indoor environment with air purification systems, monitors that monitor the condition of the indoor environment, water purification for the entire house, protecting your assets, your pipes, your appliances, things of that sort, so they don't fall apart and have pinhole leaks and things of that sort. But then we go through another time and purify the water, your drinking water. And then we put in healthy circadian light.
Are you getting all this, you guys? Okay, this is important stuff, right?
Absolutely. So we try to create a harmonious, perfect indoor environment. And the last pillar is something that's relatively new, and that's the EMF remediation, which is that tough word we were talking about a minute ago.
Got the wrong frequency.
It's electromagnetic
Magnetic
frequency.
yeah.
Right. And we get that from the Internet of Things that we're exposed to on a regular basis, the 5G networks that we're seeing out there quite a bit, the dirty electricity that runs off from the houses.
Microwaves.
All sorts
TVs.
of things. Televisions. If you turn your cell phone on and you look at the different IP addresses that pop up, you'll see that there's hundreds of invisible stressors going through our homes on a regular basis. So we try to harmonize that to where you don't have the long-term effects on your cellular structure. And it's a new and emerging type of technology. There's not a significant amount of documented research yet, but we do know that people are sensitive to electromagnetic frequencies. So it's safer to have remediation strategies in place.
Well, I've actually had the EMFs tested in some of my listings where there's power lines
Close by.
within vision, right?
Yep.
Within view. And then we'd go into the house and the TV and the microwave, and even when it's off, and the computers were actually higher than the poles outside.
Right, yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me. So what we do is those frequencies are running at such a fast, rapid pace. The equipment and devices that we use, what they do is they don't completely shut it off. What they do is they take what we call the subatomic chaos that occurs that could cause damage to your cellular level, and we harmonize it so it works at a slower frequency, but it still allows our technology to work.
How do you slow it down?
Well, there are some scientists behind these products, and I know an awful lot about it, but what I do when I go into a house is I do as much as I can, and then I call in my experts. So I have my experts on the EMF side. I work with 3 different companies that provide the products, and so we can assess what we think the situation is and what the problems are, and then we try to solve them with this fantastic, great new research that we found.
Well, you usually deal with large buildings. Do you ever deal with homes?